That's just Paul hammering in our front peg. We just got woken up. It's quite busy today. I think boats are out early. It's a bit overcast, so maybe I think it's a good time to cruise. But yeah, we were sleeping and the whole front of the boat had moved across the water and the whole peg had been taken out the front, which has never happened before. A little bit worrying. We've set off rather earlier than expected, so much for our sunset cruising, as we were telling you. Look at all this stuff. I mean, these cuttings are like a definite must-see. The water's very shallow here, so it's not the nicest in terms of cruising because you're constantly thinking like, what am I going to hit, or am I going to hit the bottom? But it is so lush and green, and it's just really a sight. Like, it's unexpected. But yes, we've set off earlier because the weather is allowing. It is overcast and so nice and cool. So definitely time to get some morning cruising in. As I said as well, after our boat was stuck across the whole canal, we were lying in bed and Paul said he felt like bumping. We felt a boat go past. Then we felt some bumping and we thought it was the concrete ledge because a lot of the mooring, it's just out in the countryside, so it's concrete. So we were luckily lent some very handy tires, so we could put those down by the boat and keep away from the side. But we're on pegs, and yeah, I guess the boat, sometimes boats don't know, I think, that you're supposed to go into tick over when you pass other boats, and it's just a bit strong and it loosens the pegs. And yes, our front became loose and we swung over and our nose was hitting the concrete on the other side of the canal. Some holiday boaters knocked on our boat, woke us up and said, excuse me. But we sorted it out, no damage or anything, nothing crazy, just yes, slow down folks, chill. We're Mel and Paul, and this boat is our home. Each week we document what liveaboard life is like. It's not perfect, but it suits us. Subscribe and come see. It's been a while since we spoke about the map. I drew a little sketchy map, and by sketchy I mean sketchy, like it's not legit at all, but it gives you a good idea or a basic view of where we've been and sort of where we are. So quite a while back we passed the halfway point and we're coming to near the end. We're headed back to Great Hayward almost. We obviously, you saw, we're in Nantwich and we've done the Shropshire Union Canal past Market Drayton yesterday, and we're headed today to Alderley Junction and hopefully going to cross this point and then carry on back up to Great Hayward, which is the point that we joined the ring. Not all the way to Great Hayward, but perhaps just on the other side of here. We'll see how we go. Don't know if you can see that coming up on camera, but shallow waters around here. I said yesterday, I think you could probably walk the length of the whole of the Shropshire Union in wheelies.
Probably good.
I know that you are having a hard time right now. That everything seems to crumble around you. I know that you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best for you.
And it's a print.
Paul has mastered the art of holding onto the umbrella with one hand, tiller with the other, changing gears by foot. And that's how you do it on a hot summer's day.
Probably knack it back.
Just maneuvering at the junction. Made the turn onto the home stretch. So we made the turn onto the home stretch.
Yeah.
Super narrow around here. Back there was just like a little concrete dugout. Very, very narrow. Don't know what you'd do if you came across another boat. The next morning, we continued along the Staffs and Whisks Canal, took this upcoming turn, and we were Tixall wide bound. Passing underneath those pipe bridges. We are next to a chemical works on this side. Earlier at the junction we continued left and we're going towards Gailey. Today we've got a long-ish cruise. We're going to try and get as far as possible. We're headed up towards Pinkeridge and we want to go carry on further up towards Stafford, and there's an Aldi there where we want to get some shopping. So yeah, I feel like you're gonna think we do a lot of shopping, but we buy little bits or whenever we can because we just never want to sort of run out, and we don't really like shopping at a co-op or anything like that because sometimes it's so limited. So we like to get an affordable shop with lots on offer, and so when we find those we sort of make a beeline towards that. So we are here, those are the pipe bridges that we just went under, and we're going to carry on all the way. I think there's around about 7 locks at different points. There's no lock flights or anything on this stretch, and we'll continue up past Pinkeridge and just get as far as possible.
Every time you film me, I'm banging into the side.
The pressure of being on camera.
Pretty sweaty back, yeah?
Pretty sweaty. Hi, can you see me?
Yeah. Hi.
Your glasses. I was just telling Paul that at the last lock I met a young guy, solo boater, and was helping him with his boat. He's got a really far journey, he's going to meet a friend. And it was making me think that you meet two types of boaters on the canals. Experienced boaters who have lots of advice and kind of, they don't look down on you, but they just got stuff to share, and when you share your maybe beginner story, they don't really take to it too kindly. And then you get all the other beginner boaters who are just sharing fun stories about how they learned to boat and to drive a boat and to do locks, and it's just so great. He was telling us how the first time he was coming up Stoke-on-Trent and the locks are so deep, and he nudges his boat right against the nose, right against the lock gates, and then it slowly goes up. And he got this tip from another old solo boater, but he lost control of the boat and he said all the kitchen cupboards open and all the dishes smashed everywhere. And it's just so nice when people are honest about their mistakes, because that's how you learn. And yeah, fun stories to tell. You don't have any of those, hey?
No, I never banged the boats.
Paul is perfect.
No, I always banged the boats. Cut to me banging into the lock back there.
It is what it is, and it's nice when people are just honest and have a laugh about it.
Narrowboating is a contact sport.
It's hot out. Stay hydrated. Stopped out here on water fill-up duty. have a look-see around this lock. Mel Paul packs that away. Head through the old towel. Paul and I were actually saying we would love to do a series where we do like pub reviews. We're not in the space of our lives where we can really do it now. We're sort of more wanna make your own meals and have your own cheaper, more affordable drinks at home. But when things turn around, we'd love to do like a pub review series and do certain tours, certain parts of the canals, and actually feature restaurants and pubs and give you our review on them. That would be such a fun thing to do one day in the future. Back from the Aldi, we are setting off to go find a mooring spot. Luckily it wasn't too far from the towpath. The fruits of the trip: note to self, buy all drinks before setting off for a cruise. Stock up. The major problem and the most heavy thing that has been tiring me out on my walks back from the shop is sparkling water. We've just like taken to having a taste for it. These long hot summer's days, sometimes just plain old water just doesn't do it. We really have been enjoying our sparkly water, but it is very, very heavy to carry along the towpath. Just come out the other side of Tixall Bridge over there, and we're in admiration of this very vast lawn. Perfectly manicured.
Proper garden that is.
Dropping $1 on the garden service. I think they thought we were videoing them.
Maybe, just a tad.
We couldn't help ourselves. Sometimes you just see like such beautiful houses out here, and you like kind of wonder like who's there, who owns it, how do they maintain this stuff. It's just crazy. Oh my lord. Like just goes on and on and on. Beautiful.
People are battling out this neck of the woods.
Yeah. But they were friendly. They saw us for the camera and they waved at us. They were eating dinner on their patio.
Living the dream.
We're on our patio. Where's my wine?
Talking about refill.
Look at us on our patio, hey? Living the dream. Empty. I'm fine. I drink slow.
Pulled into Tixall Lock, and Melissa says to me, these guys are farming some fancy buck, some type of buck here. I don't know what type of buck it is, but can you have a look and see what type of buck it is? And then I had a look, and these are the bucks that she's talking about. They're brown cows, not bucks. Cows farming some indigenous brown cows there. I think she was looking at those bucks like this through a wine